Welcome back to Epic English Stories, where we transform lives through the power of knowledge and inspiration. Today, we're embarking on an extraordinary journey that could revolutionize your entire existence. Picture this. What if I told you that you possess the most sophisticated, powerful computer ever created? It weighs just 3 pounds, operates 24/7 without ever taking a break, and has the incredible ability to grow stronger, sharper, and more brilliant with each passing day. This miraculous machine is your brain, your gateway to unlimited potential. But here's the shocking truth most people never realize. While we spend thousands on gym memberships, skincare routines, and anti-aging treatments, we completely neglect the one organ that determines our quality of life, our happiness, and our future success. Your brain isn't just surviving. It's either thriving or slowly declining based on the choices you make every single day. Today, I'm going to share with you 15 life-changing secrets that will keep your brain young, vibrant, and unstoppable for decades to come. These aren't just tips. They're your blueprint to mental immortality. Tell me in the comments, what's one thing you've always wanted to learn but convinced yourself you were too old for? The movement revolution. Your brain's secret weapon. Let me share something that will blow your mind. Every step you take is literally sculpting your brain into a masterpiece. When you move your body, you're not just burning calories. You're unleashing a cascade of neurochemical magic that would make any pharmaceutical company jealous. Here's what happens when you exercise. Your heart pumps oxygen-rich blood directly to your brain, feeding it like premium fuel. But that's just the beginning. Your body releases something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which scientists call miracle grow for the brain. This incredible protein helps your neurons grow, connect, and communicate faster than ever before. The research is absolutely stunning. Studies show that just 20 minutes of moderate exercise can improve your memory for up to 24 hours. Regular physical activity increases the size of your hippocampus, the brain region responsible for memory and learning. It also promotes the growth of new blood vessels in your brain, creating a more efficient delivery system for nutrients and oxygen. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Exercise doesn't just maintain your brain, it actually reverses aging. People who exercise regularly have brains that look 10 to 15 years younger than sedentary individuals of the same age. Their neural networks are more robust, their processing speed is faster, and their cognitive flexibility is remarkable. The most beautiful part? You don't need to become a marathon runner or spend hours in the gym. A simple 30-minute walk can trigger this transformation. Dance in your living room, do jumping jacks during commercial breaks, or take the stairs instead of the elevator. Every movement is an investment in your mental future. Even better, different types of exercise benefit your brain in unique ways. Cardio activities like walking, swimming, or cycling boost memory and executive function. Strength training improves your ability to plan and focus. Yoga and Tai Chi enhance emotional regulation and stress resilience. Dancing combines physical movement with cognitive challenge, creating one of the most comprehensive brain workouts available. Remember this powerful truth. A body in motion creates a mind in motion. When you move, you're not just exercising your muscles. You're building the foundation for a lifetime of sharp thinking, creative problem solving, and emotional resilience. Fuel your brain like the supercomputer it is. Your brain consumes 20% of your body's total energy, making it the most power-hungry organ you possess. Would you put cheap gas in a Ferrari? Then why would you feed your incredible brain junk food and expect peak performance? The foods you eat become the building blocks of your thoughts, memories, and emotions. Omega-3 fatty acids from salmon and walnuts literally build your brain cells, creating stronger, more flexible neural membranes. These healthy fats also reduce inflammation, which is one of the primary causes of cognitive decline. Antioxidants from blueberries and dark leafy greens act like bodyguards for your neurons, protecting them from oxidative stress and free radical damage. Just 1 cup of blueberries can improve memory performance within hours of consumption. Dark chocolate, yes, chocolate, increases blood flow to your brain and enhances focus, while also triggering the release of endorphins. Here's a fascinating discovery. Certain foods can actually change your brain structure. Turmeric, with its active compound curcumin, has been shown to promote the growth of new brain cells and improve memory. Green tea contains L-theanine, which increases alpha brain waves associated with relaxation and creativity. Nuts and seeds provide vitamin E, which protects cognitive function as you age. But here's the game changer. Your brain is 75% water. When you're even slightly dehydrated, as little as 2%, your cognitive performance drops significantly. Your concentration wavers, your memory suffers, and your mood deteriorates. Every glass of water you drink is like giving your brain a refreshing boost of clarity and energy. The Mediterranean diet, rich in fish, olive oil, nuts, fruits, and vegetables, has been proven to reduce the risk of cognitive decline by up to 35%. People following this eating pattern show better memory, faster processing speed, and greater mental flexibility. Start seeing food as medicine for your mind. Every meal is an opportunity to invest in your mental future, to build stronger neural pathways, and to protect yourself against cognitive decline. Choose colorful fruits and vegetables, healthy fats, lean proteins, and whole grains. Your brain will reward you with sharper thinking, better memory, and enhanced creativity. Sleep, your brain's overnight transformation. If sleep came in a pill, it would be the most expensive supplement on earth. But nature gives it to you for free. You just have to claim it. While you sleep, your brain performs the most incredible maintenance routine imaginable. Picture tiny janitors working throughout your brain, sweeping away toxic waste that accumulated during the day. This isn't just a metaphor. It's exactly what happens. Your brain has a sophisticated cleaning system called the glymphatic system that becomes 60% more active during sleep. It flushes out harmful proteins like amyloid beta, which is associated with Alzheimer's disease. Your brain consolidates memories, transferring important information from temporary storage to permanent files. It strengthens the neural pathways you used most and prunes away the ones you don't need. During REM sleep, your brain makes creative connections between seemingly unrelated concepts, which is why you often wake up with solutions to problems you couldn't solve the day before. Deep sleep is when your brain produces growth hormone, which repairs and regenerates brain tissue. It's also when your immune system is strengthened, helping protect your brain from infections and inflammation. During this phase, your brain waves synchronize in slow, powerful rhythms that help consolidate learning and memory. When you wake up after quality sleep, you're not the same person who went to bed. You're literally upgraded with better memory, sharper focus, enhanced creativity, and improved emotional regulation. Sleep deprivation, on the other hand, is like trying to run a computer with corrupted software. The consequences of poor sleep are severe. Just one night of sleep deprivation can reduce your ability to form new memories by 40%. Chronic sleep loss accelerates brain aging, increases inflammation, and significantly raises your risk of dementia. Create a sleep sanctuary, dark, cool, and quiet. Turn off screens at least an hour before bed. The blue light tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime. Develop a wind-down ritual that signals to your mind it's time to begin this miraculous overnight transformation. Keep a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends, to optimize your circadian rhythms. The learning revolution, your brain's fountain of youth. Here's one of the most empowering discoveries in neuroscience. Your brain never stops growing. At any age, 20, 50, 80, or beyond, you can literally rewire your neural networks and create new pathways. This process, called neuroplasticity, is your ticket to lifelong mental vitality. When you learn something new, your brain forms fresh connections between neurons. It's like building new highways in a city. The more routes you create, the more efficiently information can travel. Learning a language awakens dormant regions. Playing music synchronizes both brain hemispheres, and reading diverse topics expands your mental landscape. The science behind learning is extraordinary. Every time you acquire a new skill, your brain increases the production of myelin, a fatty substance that insulates neural pathways and speeds up signal transmission. This process, called myelination, makes your brain more efficient and can continue throughout your entire life. Challenge-based learning is particularly powerful. When you push yourself slightly beyond your comfort zone, your brain releases norepinephrine and dopamine, chemicals that enhance focus and motivation while promoting neuroplasticity. This is why learning feels so rewarding when you finally master something difficult. Different types of learning benefit your brain in unique ways. Language learning enhances executive function and delays cognitive decline by an average of 4 to 5 years. Musical training improves memory, attention, and emotional processing. Learning new physical skills like juggling or dancing creates new neural pathways while strengthening existing ones. The key is consistency, not perfection. Spend just 15 minutes daily learning something that challenges you. Take an online course, watch educational videos, read about topics outside your comfort zone, or pick up a new hobby. Each learning session is like a gym workout for your mind, building cognitive strength and resilience. Even more exciting, the benefits of learning compound over time. Each new skill you acquire makes it easier to learn the next one. Your brain becomes more adaptable, more creative, and more capable of handling complex challenges. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every master was once a disaster. The only difference between them and everyone else is they never stopped learning, growing, and challenging their minds. Your brain is waiting for its next adventure. What will you teach it today? The power of real human connection. In our hyper-connected digital world, we're paradoxically more isolated than ever. But here's a profound truth. Your brain is wired for connection, and meaningful relationships are one of the most powerful anti-aging tools you possess. When you engage in genuine conversation, your brain lights up like a Christmas tree. You're simultaneously processing language, reading facial expressions, interpreting tone, accessing memories, and generating responses. It's the ultimate mental workout, far superior to any brain training app. The neuroscience of social interaction is fascinating. When you have a face-to-face conversation, your brain activates mirror neurons, specialized cells that help you understand and empathize with others. These neurons fire both when you perform an action and when you observe someone else performing the same action. This neural mirroring is crucial for building empathy, understanding social cues, and maintaining emotional intelligence. Face-to-face conversations force your brain to work in real time. You can't pause, edit, or delete like you can with text messages. This spontaneous interaction keeps your mind sharp, your communication skills polished, and your emotional intelligence high. You're constantly reading micro-expressions, adjusting your tone, and responding to subtle social cues, all of which provide comprehensive cognitive exercise. Research from Harvard's Grant study, which followed participants for over 80 years, reveals that strong relationships are the single most important factor for happiness and cognitive health in later life. People with robust social connections have a 70% lower risk of cognitive decline compared to those who are socially isolated. But here's what's particularly striking. It's not the quantity of relationships that matters most, it's the quality. One deep, meaningful friendship provides more cognitive benefits than dozens of superficial acquaintances. Intimate conversations that involve sharing personal experiences, discussing ideas, or working through problems together create the strongest neural pathways. Make it a priority to have at least one meaningful conversation every day. Call a friend instead of texting. Visit a neighbor instead of liking their social media post. Join communities where you can engage with like-minded people. Your brain thrives on authentic human connection, and every genuine interaction strengthens your cognitive resilience. Surround yourself with mental catalysts. You become who you spend time with, and so does your brain. The people in your inner circle either elevate your thinking or drag it down. Choose wisely, because your mental future depends on it. Seek out the curious ones, the questioners, the lifelong learners. These are the people who challenge your assumptions, introduce you to new ideas, and push you to think more deeply. They don't just consume information. They analyze, debate, and explore different perspectives. When you're around these mental catalysts, your brain has to work harder, think faster, and stretch beyond its comfort zone. The concept of cognitive contagion explains how the thinking patterns of those around you literally reshape your own neural networks. When you regularly engage with people who ask probing questions, consider multiple perspectives, and approach problems creatively, your brain begins to adopt these same patterns. You become more intellectually curious, more analytically sharp, and more mentally flexible. Healthy intellectual disagreement is pure gold for your brain. When someone respectfully challenges your viewpoint, your mind has to work harder. You must organize your thoughts, consider alternative angles, and articulate your position clearly. This mental gymnastics keeps your brain flexible and prevents rigid thinking patterns. It forces you to examine your assumptions, strengthen your reasoning, and sometimes even change your mind, all crucial skills for cognitive health. Consider the opposite scenario. Spending time with people who never challenge your thinking, who simply echo your opinions, or who engage only in surface-level conversations. While this might feel comfortable, it's cognitive quicksand. Your brain becomes lazy, your thinking becomes stagnant, and your mental agility deteriorates. Distance yourself from chronic complainers, gossips, and negative thinkers. Their mental energy is contagious, and not in a good way. Negativity literally changes your brain chemistry, increasing stress hormones and reducing the production of new neurons. Instead, gravitate toward optimists, problem solvers, and growth-minded individuals who inspire you to reach higher. Look for people who are passionate about learning, who read widely, who travel, physically or mentally, and who maintain curiosity about the world. These individuals will naturally pull you toward intellectual growth and mental expansion. Remember, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Make sure they're raising your mental game, not lowering it. The art of deep listening and empathy. In our rush to be heard, we've forgotten how to truly listen. But deep listening is one of the most powerful brain exercises you can practice. When you give someone your complete attention, you're engaging multiple cognitive systems simultaneously. Real listening requires you to quiet your internal chatter, focus intensely, pick up on subtle emotional cues, and respond thoughtfully. You're reading body language, processing tone, and connecting with another person's experience on a profound level. This comprehensive cognitive engagement strengthens attention, enhances memory, and builds emotional intelligence. Deep listening activates the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for executive function and decision-making. It also engages the temporal lobes, which process language and store memories. When you listen with full attention, you're essentially giving these brain regions a rigorous workout. Empathy takes this even further. When you genuinely try to understand and feel what another person is experiencing, you activate some of the most sophisticated regions of your brain. You're building emotional intelligence, strengthening memory pathways, and developing deeper human connections. Neuroscientists have discovered that empathetic people have denser gray matter in areas associated with emotional processing and social cognition. The practice of empathy also involves what researchers call perspective taking, the ability to mentally step into someone else's shoes and see the world through their eyes. This cognitive flexibility is crucial for problem solving, creativity, and adaptability. It requires you to temporarily suspend your own viewpoint and genuinely consider alternative perspectives. Practice this. In your next conversation, resist the urge to formulate your response while the other person is speaking. Instead, listen with your whole being. Ask thoughtful questions that show you're genuinely interested in understanding their experience. Reflect back what you heard to ensure you've understood correctly. Show genuine curiosity about their thoughts and feelings. This isn't just about being a better friend or partner. It's about giving your brain a comprehensive workout that enhances cognitive flexibility, emotional regulation, and social intelligence. Build your tribe, the community advantage. Humans are tribal creatures, and your brain knows it. Being part of a community, whether it's a book club, sports team, volunteer organization, or hobby group, provides your mind with structure, purpose, and social stimulation that individual relationships alone cannot provide. Regular group activities create anticipation, which generates positive brain chemicals like dopamine. You have to remember names, faces, and personal details. You adapt to group dynamics, contribute to discussions, and often take on leadership roles. These social interactions are like cross-training for your mind, exercising different cognitive muscles than one-on-one conversations. Community involvement also provides something crucial for brain health, a sense of purpose. When you feel needed and valued by others, your brain releases chemicals that promote neuroplasticity and protect against cognitive decline. People with a strong sense of purpose show greater resilience against age-related brain changes and maintain cognitive function longer. The social complexity of group dynamics provides unique cognitive challenges. You must navigate different personalities, mediate conflicts, build consensus, and contribute to collective goals. These skills transfer to all areas of life, making you more socially intelligent and emotionally resilient. Don't have a community yet? Create one. Start small. Invite neighbors for coffee, organize a walking group, or join an online forum about your interests. The key is consistent, meaningful interaction with others who share your values or passions. Your brain will thank you with enhanced cognitive function, better emotional regulation, and greater life satisfaction. Start each day with gratitude power. What if I told you that the first 5 minutes of your day could determine the health of your brain for the next 24 hours? It sounds too simple to be true, but science proves that starting your morning with gratitude literally rewires your brain for positivity and resilience. When you consciously focus on what you're thankful for, you activate the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for decision-making, emotional regulation, and complex thinking. You're also triggering the release of dopamine and serotonin, your brain's natural happiness chemicals. But the effects go far deeper than just feeling good. Gratitude practice actually changes your brain structure. Neuroscientist Dr. Alex Korb discovered that people who regularly practice gratitude show increased neural activity in the hypothalamus, which regulates sleep, eating, and stress. They also demonstrate stronger connectivity between the prefrontal cortex and the limbic system, leading to better emotional control and decision-making. People who practice daily gratitude show improved memory, better sleep, reduced stress hormones, and slower brain aging. They're more optimistic, creative, and emotionally stable. This isn't wishful thinking, it's neuroscience in action. Studies using fMRI scans show that grateful people have more active neural networks associated with learning and memory. But here's what makes gratitude particularly powerful. It creates a positive feedback loop in your brain. When you focus on good things, your brain becomes better at noticing good things. This isn't just about having a positive attitude. It's about training your brain to seek out opportunities, solutions, and positive experiences rather than defaulting to problems and threats. Here's your morning ritual. Before reaching for your phone or checking messages, take 3 deep breaths and identify 3 things you're grateful for. They can be simple: your comfortable bed, morning coffee, a friend's text from yesterday. Say them out loud or write them down. Feel the emotion, not just the thought. For maximum impact, make your gratitude specific and personal. Instead of, "I'm grateful for my family," try, "I'm grateful for the way my daughter laughed at my joke yesterday." Specific gratitude creates stronger neural pathways and more lasting positive changes. This simple practice trains your brain to notice positive aspects of life instead of defaulting to problems and complaints. Over time, gratitude becomes your brain's natural operating system, making you more resilient, creative, and emotionally intelligent. Strategic brain breaks, the power of mental recovery. Your brain isn't designed to focus intensely for hours on end. Just like your muscles need rest between sets at the gym, your mind needs strategic breaks to maintain peak performance and actually grow stronger. Understanding this principle could revolutionize your productivity and mental health. The concept of ultradian rhythms explains why your brain naturally cycles between periods of high focus and recovery every 90 to 120 minutes. Fighting against these natural rhythms by trying to maintain constant focus leads to mental fatigue, decreased performance, and cognitive burnout. But not all breaks are created equal. Scrolling social media or watching random videos floods your brain with more stimulation, not rest. Real brain breaks involve stepping away from screens, moving your body, or allowing your mind to wander freely. These activities activate what neuroscientists call the default mode network, a brain network that's crucial for creativity, self-reflection, and memory consolidation. During genuine brain breaks, your brain doesn't shut down, it shifts into a different mode of operation. This rest state is when your mind makes unexpected connections, processes information you've learned, and often produces creative insights. Many breakthrough ideas occur during these moments of mental relaxation. Try the 90-minute rule. Work or study in focused 90-minute blocks, then take a 15 to 20-minute break. Step outside, do some stretches, take deep breaths, or simply stare out a window. Let your mind drift without any agenda. You might be surprised by the insights that emerge. Nature breaks are particularly powerful. Even looking at natural scenes through a window can restore mental energy and improve focus. The Japanese practice of forest bathing, simply spending time in nature, has been shown to reduce stress hormones, boost immune function, and enhance cognitive performance. Movement breaks are equally valuable. A short walk, some jumping jacks, or basic stretches increase blood flow to your brain and trigger the release of BDNF. Physical movement also helps clear mental fog and reset your attention. During these breaks, your brain consolidates what you've learned, makes new connections, and prepares for the next focus session. You'll return more creative, energized, and mentally sharp. Think of these breaks as investments, not interruptions. They're essential for maintaining cognitive performance and preventing mental burnout. Challenge your mind with strategic games. Not all games are mindless entertainment. Some are powerful brain training tools disguised as fun. The key is choosing activities that genuinely challenge your cognitive abilities rather than just passing time. Strategic games can literally reshape your brain's architecture. Strategic games like chess force you to think several moves ahead, consider multiple possibilities, and adapt to changing situations. Research shows that chess players have enhanced working memory, better pattern recognition, and superior problem-solving skills. The game exercises both the left brain, logical thinking, and right brain, pattern recognition and intuition. Crossword puzzles and Sudoku strengthen different cognitive skills. Crosswords enhance verbal fluency, semantic memory, and the ability to access stored information quickly. Sudoku improves logical reasoning, spatial processing, and the ability to hold multiple pieces of information in working memory simultaneously. Memory games provide targeted training for one of your brain's most important functions. They strengthen the connections between your prefrontal cortex and hippocampus, the brain regions responsible for working memory and long-term memory formation. Regular memory training can improve your ability to remember names, faces, and important information. Language learning apps provide comprehensive brain workouts, engaging memory, pattern recognition, and linguistic processing simultaneously. Learning a new language creates new neural pathways and strengthens existing ones. It also improves executive function, your brain's ability to manage multiple tasks and switch between different types of thinking. Even complex video games that require strategy, quick decision-making, and spatial reasoning can boost cognitive function. Action video games improve visual attention, spatial processing, and the ability to track multiple objects simultaneously. Strategy games enhance planning, working memory, and cognitive flexibility. The magic happens when you push slightly beyond your comfort zone. If a puzzle becomes too easy, upgrade to a harder level. If you master one type of brain game, try a different one that challenges different mental skills. This progressive challenge keeps your brain adapting and growing. Dedicate just 15 to 20 minutes daily to these mental challenges. Your brain will become more flexible, focused, and quick thinking, skills that transfer to every area of your life. The key is consistency and variety. Just as physical cross-training prevents muscle adaptation, Cognitive cross-training prevents mental stagnation. Social engagement, your brain's natural stimulant. Human interaction isn't just enjoyable, it's essential brain medicine. Every conversation, laugh, and shared experience creates complex neural activity that keeps your mind young and vibrant. Social engagement is one of the most powerful tools for cognitive health, yet it's often overlooked in our digital age. When you engage socially, your brain processes verbal communication, nonverbal cues, emotional subtleties, and social dynamics simultaneously. You're exercising memory, remembering what people said, empathy, understanding their feelings, and creativity, contributing to conversations. This comprehensive cognitive workout is more effective than any brain training app. The social brain network involves multiple regions working together. The prefrontal cortex for social reasoning, the temporal lobes for language processing, the amygdala for emotional responses, and the mirror neuron system for empathy. Regular social engagement strengthens all these networks, creating a more resilient and flexible brain. Research consistently shows that socially active people have lower rates of cognitive decline, better memory retention, and reduced risk of dementia. The landmark Nun study found that sisters who had rich social lives and engaged in stimulating conversations maintained cognitive function well into their 90s and beyond. Social isolation, conversely, accelerates brain aging and increases mental health risks. Loneliness triggers chronic stress responses that damage brain tissue and impair cognitive function. It's as harmful to your brain as smoking or obesity. Make social connection a non-negotiable part of your routine. Schedule regular coffee dates, join clubs aligned with your interests, volunteer for causes you care about, or simply make it a point to have meaningful conversations with family members. Each interaction strengthens your cognitive resilience. Quality matters more than quantity. One deep, engaging conversation is more beneficial than dozens of superficial interactions. Focus on building genuine relationships where you can be authentic, curious, and emotionally present. These connections provide the richest cognitive stimulation and the greatest protection against mental decline. Take 3 deep breaths and identify 3 things you're grateful for. They can be simple: your comfortable bed, morning coffee, a friend's text from yesterday. Say them out loud or write them down. Feel the emotion, not just the thought. This simple practice trains your brain to notice positive aspects of life instead of defaulting to problems and complaints. Over time, gratitude becomes your brain's natural operating system. Strategic brain breaks, the power of mental recovery. Your brain isn't designed to focus intensely for hours on end. Just like your muscles need rest between sets at the gym, your mind needs strategic breaks to maintain peak performance and actually grow stronger. But not all breaks are created equal. Scrolling social media or watching random videos floods your brain with more stimulation, not rest. Real brain breaks involve stepping away from screens, moving your body, or allowing your mind to wander freely. Try the 90-minute rule. Work or study in focused 90-minute blocks, then take a 15 to 20-minute break. Step outside, do some stretches, take deep breaths, or simply stare out a window. Let your mind drift without any agenda. During these breaks, your brain consolidates what you've learned, makes new connections, and prepares for the next focus session. You'll return more creative, energized, and mentally sharp. Think of these breaks as investments, not interruptions. They're essential for maintaining cognitive performance and preventing mental burnout. Challenge your mind with strategic games. Not all games are mindless entertainment. Some are powerful brain training tools disguised as fun. The key is choosing activities that genuinely challenge your cognitive abilities rather than just passing time. Strategic games like chess force you to think several moves ahead, consider multiple possibilities, and adapt to changing situations. Crossword puzzles and Sudoku strengthen pattern recognition and logical reasoning. Memory games enhance your ability to store and retrieve information quickly. Language learning apps provide comprehensive brain workouts, engaging memory, pattern recognition, and linguistic processing simultaneously. Even complex video games that require strategy, quick decision-making, and spatial reasoning can boost cognitive function. The magic happens when you push slightly beyond your comfort zone. If a puzzle becomes too easy, upgrade to a harder level. If you master one type of brain game, try a different one that challenges different mental skills. Dedicate just 15 to 20 minutes daily to these mental challenges. Your brain will become more flexible, focused, and quick thinking, skills that transfer to every area of your life. Social engagement, your brain's natural stimulant. Human interaction isn't just enjoyable, it's essential brain medicine. Every conversation, laugh, and shared experience creates complex neural activity that keeps your mind young and vibrant. When you engage socially, your brain processes verbal communication, nonverbal cues, emotional subtleties, and social dynamics simultaneously. You're exercising memory, remembering what people said, empathy, understanding their feelings, and creativity, contributing to conversations. Research consistently shows that socially active people have lower rates of cognitive decline, better memory retention, and reduced risk of dementia. Social isolation, conversely, accelerates brain aging and increases mental health risks. Make social connection a non-negotiable part of your routine. Schedule regular coffee dates, join clubs aligned with your interests, volunteer for causes you care about, or simply make it a point to have meaningful conversations with family members. Quality matters more than quantity. One deep, engaging conversation is more beneficial than dozens of superficial interactions. Focus on building genuine relationships where you can be authentic, curious, and emotionally present. Demolish the too old to learn myth. One of the most damaging beliefs in our society is that learning is for young people. This myth has robbed millions of the joy, growth, and mental vitality that comes from acquiring new skills and knowledge throughout life. Here's the liberating truth. Your brain remains capable of dramatic change and growth regardless of your age. Neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new neural pathways, continues throughout your entire life. Every time you learn something new, you're literally reshaping your brain's architecture. Think about people like Grandma Moses, who didn't start painting until age 78 and became one of America's most celebrated artists. Or Laura Ingalls Wilder, who published her first Little House book at 64. These aren't exceptions. They're examples of what's possible when you refuse to accept artificial limitations. The key is to approach learning with curiosity rather than pressure. You don't need to become an expert or compete with anyone. The goal is to challenge your brain, expand your perspective, and experience the joy of growth. Start with something that genuinely interests you. Always wanted to learn guitar, photography, a new language, cooking techniques from another culture? Pick one thing and commit to spending just 15 to 30 minutes on it several times per week. Remember, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Your future self will thank you for starting today. The teaching effect: accelerate your learning. Here's a powerful secret that educators have known for centuries. When you teach something, you learn it twice as well. The act of explaining concepts to others forces your brain to organize information, identify gaps in understanding, and strengthen memory pathways. Teaching doesn't mean you need a classroom or formal students. You can share what you learn with friends, family members, or online communities. Write blog posts, create social media content, help a neighbor with a skill you've developed, or simply explain new concepts to your spouse over dinner. When you prepare to teach something, your brain works harder to truly understand it. You anticipate questions, think through examples, and consider different ways to explain complex ideas. This comprehensive mental processing creates stronger, more durable memories. The teaching effect also builds confidence and communication skills. As you practice explaining ideas clearly, you become better at organizing your thoughts and expressing yourself effectively. These skills benefit every area of your life. Make teaching a regular part of your learning process. After you learn something new, find someone to share it with. You'll be amazed at how much better you understand and remember the material. Cultivate unshakable curiosity. Curiosity is the ultimate brain anti-aging serum. Curious people ask questions, seek new experiences, and maintain a sense of wonder about the world. This mindset keeps their brains active, engaged, and constantly growing. Children ask an average of 125 questions per day, but most adults stop asking questions altogether. We become content with surface-level understanding and routine thinking patterns. But curiosity can be reawakened at any age. Start paying attention to things you've always taken for granted. How does your smartphone actually work? Why do certain songs make you emotional? What's the history behind your hometown? How do other cultures approach problems differently than you do? Follow your curiosity wherever it leads. Read articles about unfamiliar topics. Watch documentaries about subjects you know nothing about. Strike up conversations with people from different backgrounds. Each exploration creates new neural pathways and expands your mental landscape. Curiosity also makes you more interesting to others and more adaptable to change. In our rapidly evolving world, the ability to learn quickly and adapt to new situations is invaluable. Commit to asking at least one genuine question every day. Wonder about something you don't understand. This simple practice will gradually transform your relationship with learning and keep your mind young and vibrant. Create your personal learning legacy. As we reach the culmination of this transformative journey, it's time to think about the legacy you want to create, not just for others, but for your own future self. Every day you choose to nurture your brain, you're investing in a sharper, more capable, and more fulfilled version of yourself. Your brain is not a fixed entity declining with age. It's a dynamic, adaptable masterpiece capable of continuous improvement. The habits you build today will determine whether you're mentally sharp and engaged at 70, 80, and beyond, or whether you'll struggle with cognitive decline. Consider this. The skills you learn, the connections you build, and the knowledge you gain today will compound over years and decades. A language you start learning now could open doors to travel, friendships, and opportunities you can't even imagine. A creative skill you develop could become a source of joy and income in retirement. Think of yourself as a lifelong student, constantly growing and evolving. Embrace challenges as opportunities to strengthen your mind. View setbacks as learning experiences that build resilience. Approach each day with the excitement of discovering something new. Your brain has carried you this far. Now it's time to carry it forward with intention, care, and unwavering commitment to growth. As we conclude this extraordinary exploration into the secrets of a forever young brain, let's reflect on the profound truth we've uncovered. Your mind is not a victim of time. It's a beneficiary of intentional choices. The most powerful lesson here isn't about any single habit or technique. It's about recognizing that every moment of every day, you're either building up your brain or allowing it to decline. There is no neutral ground. Your thoughts, actions, relationships, and learning choices are constantly sculpting your mental future. We've learned that physical movement literally grows new brain cells, that quality sleep is your brain's personal reset button, and that meaningful relationships are among your most powerful cognitive protectors. We've discovered that learning new skills at any age rewires your neural networks, that gratitude practice changes your brain's chemistry, and that teaching others accelerates your own growth. But perhaps the most liberating lesson is this. You are never too old, too busy, or too set in your ways to transform your mental capacity. The elderly grandmother learning to paint, the retired executive mastering a new language, the busy parent taking online courses. They all prove that brain growth has no expiration date. Your brain is waiting for you to unlock its potential. It's ready to form new connections, process fresh information, and adapt to whatever challenges and opportunities lie ahead. The only question is, will you give it the tools, challenges, and care it needs to thrive? The choice is yours, and the time is now. Your future self, sharper, wiser, and more capable, is counting on the decisions you make today. If this journey has inspired you to take control of your mental destiny, I want to hear from you. Hit that like button if you're committed to keeping your brain young and vibrant. Share in the comments. Which of these 15 brain-boosting strategies will you implement first? Are you going to start with morning gratitude, take up a new hobby, or finally learn that skill you've been putting off. Subscribe to Epic English Stories and ring the notification bell, because your brain deserves regular doses of inspiration and practical wisdom. Remember, every story we share, every lesson we explore together, is another step toward becoming the best version of yourself. Your brain is extraordinary. Now go prove it to the world.